Hey y'all, Chris Cooking Nashville here. So today I'm going to show you guys how I do my blender hollandaise sauce. If you watched my Dr. Barry BBBE special recipe, you saw I did a hollandaise sauce and I said if you guys wanted to see how to do that, I'd be more than happy to make a video. Had a whole bunch of people ask. Everyone wanted to know how we do the blender hollandaise. I'm not the person who invented the blender hollandaise. I'm not really sure who did, but I do think I have it pretty well mastered. So I'm going to show you guys how we do a simple blender hollandaise, and today we have it served on top of this amazing baked salmon, which is one of Ash's absolute favorites with lemon and zestiness, and it's really great.
So good.
If you guys would like to see how I do this salmon after you've watched this video today, let me know in the comments down below. I'd be more than happy to show you. Let's see what she thinks of the hollandaise.
All right, roll up my sleeves. Time to go to work. For starters, it looks so pretty. Like the hollandaise and the salmon both look amazing. It looks like something out of a magazine. It's very, very pretty. Salmon is so well cooked. Cut it with a fork. I mean, it's just soft and it's tender. See here.
She loves salmon. She always loves salmon.
Salmon? Oh, there are not words. I do love Chris's salmon. He makes it for me all the time because it is one of my favorites. You put it in your mouth and you get that kind of zesty of the lemon with the hollandaise sauce on top. You can kind of get that cream all at the same time. So it's like zesty, it's creamy. This just tops it. Like I go out, sometimes and I'll, order salmon at certain restaurants and I'm always disappointed. I'm like, oh, it's not like Chris's salmon. But I've had your hollandaise sauce many times before. I think you were actually the first person to turn me on to hollandaise sauce and kind of introduce me to it.
I think I made Eggs Benedict for you way back.
Yeah, way back in the day.
I made a hollandaise sauce.
Yes, and that was my first time having it, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
I love though when you make it here at the house and you put it on all the different meats, and I feel like it's something you make pretty regularly that I love. That's good. Wow. That was amazing. That was better than good. That's amazing. Man, so good. It's amazing. It's the buttery creaminess. I love the way that you have it seasoned. It's like a really, 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 every time I have it, it's just like you take a bite and you get the butter and the creamy kind of texture like you do, but then it's like it has a little bit of a kick to it, and it's just like, it's so good. Yeah. It's not overwhelming. It's just smooth, easy. I loved it when we had dinner that one night and we did the Dr. Barry BBBE special and you put it on the steaks. Oh my gosh, that was so incredibly good. And like now on the salmon, I mean, it's like same sauce. It's interesting though how you pour it on top of different things and it just kind of slightly changes the flavor of everything. I love your hollandaise sauce. This is seriously so good.
Hollandaise is just good on anything. It's just, you can do it on chicken, pork, fish, beef, eggs. You can do it anywhere. It's just fantastic. And you can modify the seasoning. So I'll show you guys how I do this. I do have some seasonings in this that you may not want to use, especially if you're doing the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs thing. You're not going to want to use the seasonings most likely. If you're, depending on how strict you're being, you may just want to use the butter and the egg yolk. You can totally do that. But this is such a simple way to do a hollandaise that now you can have hollandaise with any meal, anytime, any night of the week with no hassle, and it's just fantastic.
Well, I think too, it's probably a great way to get extra fat in your diet because it's so full of fat.
Yep.
It's super good. What I like about it too, I have to say, is like when you make it, it's very quick. I mean, it's like, it's an amazing way to add something to a meal and to get extra fat in your diet, but it just takes any meal that you have and moves it up a level. Yeah. And it literally takes a few moments to make. I mean, it's just super easy.
Simple sauces like this, when you understand how to make them, can elevate your meal so much. It keeps the same foods over and over from ever seeming boring because they're just a little more refined. It's just a lot of fun. Sauces can be difficult if you try to do them the wrong way, but there's a lot of really simple things out there that you can do that make it so much easier, and this is one. So she loves the hollandaise, so let me show you guys how we do this and just how easy blender hollandaise can be. All right, here are the ingredients to make our blender hollandaise. This is super simple. I have 3 eggs, which I'm going to separate out. I need the yolks only, and 1 stick of butter. It's 113 grams. These are the 2 ingredients that make this. Everything else is optional. So I have lemon juice, Dijon mustard, and some red pepper. You can do this however you want. All of these other ingredients are optional, but they are really, really good. So I do suggest using them if you're not being that strict. So the first thing we're going to do is get all of our ingredients together, and I'm going to go ahead and begin separating my eggs. I'm going to put the whites into a bowl. I'll use these for something later. I need 3 egg yolks into my blender. Next, I'm gonna add in some Dijon mustard. You can use any kind of mustard you want. You don't have to use any, but I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of mustard, and I'm gonna follow that up with about a teaspoon of lemon juice and about a 1/4 teaspoon of this cayenne pepper. Again, those are all optional. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add just 1 small pinch of salt. I'm using salted butter, so I don't need any more than that, but I'm gonna melt that to put that in with these other ingredients. So I'm gonna take my butter, this is 113 grams or a 1/2 cup or a full 8 tablespoons. I'm gonna turn this onto a medium-high heat and melt it, and I'm gonna have my blender ready to go. I'm gonna turn my blender on low, and I want it to be running, getting all of that dissolved in there. And then I'm gonna take my boiling hot butter. This must be bubbling, boiling hot. And I'm gonna slowly drizzle this in. Do not do this too quickly because you will scramble the egg yolks if you do it fast. But if you pour it in very slowly while the blender is running, this is going to cook the eggs as you're pouring in the butter and create a beautiful, perfect Hollandaise sauce. Once it's all in there, I'm just gonna put the top back on, crank it up on high, and we're going to have a beautiful, thick, creamy Hollandaise sauce that is ready to go on whatever we want to serve it with. Taste it for salt and other seasonings, add it if you wish, and it's time to plate it up. All right, guys, that's it. That's the blender Hollandaise. It's super simple. It's extremely tasty. It's a great way to get extra butter and extra fat in your diet, and those egg yolks are so good for you. All the vitamins and nutrients of that. It's just such an amazing sauce. You can season it any way that you want. If you have some different things you'd like to do, you want to use a different kind of mustard, you want to put some different seasonings in it, you can easily do all of that. You don't have to use any seasonings. You can do egg yolks and the hot butter and just roll with it and just add that creamy, fatty texture to whatever it is you would like to add it to. It's super straightforward. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see that salmon that I'm serving that on tonight, because she's digging it. She loves my salmon.
You're going to want to see it. I'm telling you.
I'd be more than happy to share it with you guys if you would like to see the salmon. It's very, very simple. And that and the blender Hollandaise is honestly a pretty quick and easy to put together dinner that seems really fancy and refined.
Yes.
So thank you all so much for watching. All of my links are down below as usual. I really appreciate you guys being here because we can't do this without your support. This is Chris Cooking Nashville and my lovely wife, Ash Taylor. Eat your meat, especially with Hollandaise sauce on it. Love your life, and we're gonna see you right here in the kitchen for the next recipe.
You wanna know why I married you? Because it tastes like that.
Yes.
That's yummy, babe.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah.
That's some good eats.